Hey, what's up and welcome to a new video. Today I want to show you two Path of Exile tools you can use for price checking in Path of Exile. There is one POE Awaken trade or Awaken POE trade, and the second one is Sidekick. The links will be in the description. You can download it on GitHub for free. Let's start with the first one. It's Awaken POE trade. You download it, you install it, and then when it's open, nothing happens. In the background, it is running, and then you can press Ctrl D. I think these are the default settings for price checking. Let's start with currency. This is pretty easy. So if you have a exalted drop and you want to see what's the current price of that, you can press Ctrl D on the item. You have to be on the item and you press it. Okay. Then you have here this important layout of this tool. It says 154 chaos is one exalted. That means it's the average. There you have people with 152, maybe they're price fixer, maybe they're not even online, maybe they're AFK, or you have 154 about that. So for currency, this is a good indicator how much is it worth technically. So the prices always are determined from the community. So that means if the price checker, the item could be much more worth, but it says for you 154, but it could be technically people will buy it for 160, for example. That's how people flip items, because they buy it from other people. They don't know the prices, and it is very difficult. You have to play a lot of Path of Exile to understand a little bit how the prices you can determine. Okay, let's start. So this tool looks like this. I have this theme. You can, I think, also in the menu choose it. Ctrl D is to price check. And here you can see the price. What else is very cool here? You can see here on the left top, if you click that, you can see the exchange rate. So let's say someone is selling an item for 1.5 exalted, and then you can see one exalted is 154, or you calculate it in your brain. I'm not that smart, that's why I use this tool. Here you can see one exalt is 154 plus 77 chaos. Pretty simple, very cool feature I always use. You don't have to look on POE Ninja or whatever. So it gathers anyway the data from POE Ninja. So here we can see what's the price. Pretty easy. So we have one of the item, it's 154. If you stack it with 10, 150,537. What is also very nice, so let's say we add that, we have 3 exalts. How much are 3 exalts worth? We don't have to calculate. It's 1 is 154 times 3, 461. It's pretty nice, right? That's a very cool tool you can use. So let's say we're going back to another price checking. It is the map. If you have maps, if you're playing Path of Exile, you kill a boss, you get a map, and then maybe you have this map and you don't know the price. So let's say, for example, let's check that out here. You get the map and you think it's 2 chaos or 3 chaos worth. But that's not the case, because it does not include the mods. The mods you can see here. You can check that and you will see if it's checked, then you have the mods. And the item is 40 chaos worth. That's completely different than you maybe thought, okay, 3 chaos. That's why mods are very important. Look out for that. It's very hard to decide what maps are worth something and what not. But that's probably because if you play a lot of Path of Exile, you will see what's currently worth, what mods are very rare or something. Okay, for maps, this is pretty easy. So if we go now for items, let's do here an item. All right, this is a bit difficult to decide what price the item could be worth. So let's say you have this wand. It has +1 level of alt cold spell gems on the bottom, right? The next one is increased critical strike chance and cold damage, spell damage. This wand, if we price check it, it says 7 chaos, but I know that's more worth. Okay, so so you can see what mods, without the mods, it's 7 chaos. So what we can do here, you have even the confidence. If you click this, you see the confidence. That means 64% with this mod could give you at least something. So if you check this, and this is a good mod, especially for League Begin, it's a very good mod. It gives 1 level to the gems called spell skill gems, okay? But this item also has good cold damage, increased cold damage, maybe. And then maybe lightning, just damage to spells. And you see here that the price is going up with the mods you choose. So you have yourself to say, okay, what mods do I want? Okay, maybe we want critical strike chance. Let's do increased spell damage, and these mods I have. So the item now, it's not 7 chaos, it's 100 chaos worth. So this is why you have, for your example, choose the mods you want for the item you have. It's very hard to say how much is it really worth because it very determines on so much stuff in Path of Exile. Alright, that's the item. So what else you can do on the item, if you price check it, you can click on trade and it will open the trade site for you. And you can maybe see some details, or here in the show filter, you can filter by yourself. Or this little thing here, open it in a new window. Okay, that's pretty cool. So what else? This POE Awaken Trade tool has some other options. If you press Shift Space, you can go here to, you will see here some random stuff on the screen. Here you can see the settings, right? You can click the settings and you have here the settings for the tool. So you can start with what's the hotkey for price checking. For me, it's Control D. For the overlay, it's Shift Space. This is this one. So here it opens the overlay. You can have open the item on wiki. That opens the wiki. The map check is pretty cool. I bind that on B and open the base item on Craft of Exile. So, all right, let's start with here more into the settings. You have the chat settings, maybe hotkey F5 is for hideout, so you go to the hideout, F9 exit, or to the last one say thank you, whatever. Just check it out for yourself. General settings, what here is important, the price checking. So here you have the league. So if you're playing standard, you have to switch to standard. If you play Scourge or the league 3.17, 3.18, you play here the leagues. You type in your username, your account name. So what else you can do is here fill stat values. That means I have chosen, for example, the exact role. So if I click price check, here we have 58% increased spell damage, and we search that. Okay, then it shows me everyone with 58 or more spell damage. So if you go to the settings and choose here price check, let's say 5%, okay, and save, then it will show me 55. So because sometimes if you have the exact role, then the prices are very difficult. Maybe the items will be very difficult to sell, right? But here you can see, okay, you know what? I'm fine with 55. I want to compete with the 55 guys, not the 58. So keep that in mind. Back to the settings. Very cool feature are maps. You can, if you press here, let's ignore that for a sec. If you have a map, okay, and you have elemental damage, you deal elemental damage with the character. You can here press, for example, B, because I have set that the map check on B. And then it will pop up tower map. You can even see the boss. Not on all maps, but here, for example, you can see the boss and you see monster reflect elemental damage. It's very cool. Like let's say you play Vex and press B. Ah, shit, I cannot run this map. Can I run this map? I don't think it works on Scourge. Okay, this one is good, right? So if we compare these two, this one has a mod with reflect elemental damage. I cannot run that. And there is indicator, the dead symbol. Okay, hey, you cannot run that. And then you can very quickly check your maps. So this one, I can run this map. No indicator for not running it. Pretty cool. This is the map check. What else we have? So if we go to the settings and go to the hotkeys, we can see here we have open base for Craft of Exile. If you have the base here, you can press, for example, V, the V, and then it opens for you the calculator and how much you need for this to craft and stuff like that. Okay, and that's very cool. You can use that if you like to crafting. I'm not so big into crafting, but yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, there is one last thing, and that's dump sorting and cheat sheet. Cheat sheet, very quick. If you hover over it, you see the cheat sheet. What of these characters gives you what loot for John and running the stuff, right? Pretty cool. If you like cheat sheet, check it out. What else is cool? Dump sorting. So if you have, for me, I have nothing in my dump tab now, but let's say you play and you just put in your currency and everything in dump tab, shift space and currency. One sec. So if you can here, okay, dump tab, and then you say currency, you press on currency and types the stuff in you want to sort. Currency, you pick up the currency and then you have it ready to sort it into your currency tab and whatever you want, okay? What else we have here is Sidekick, POE Sidekick. You can download it here on the website on GitHub. I download it and let's start it. Okay, let's start with Sidekick. So Sidekick you can also download on GitHub. It's in the video description. It's free. You can install it, follow the instruction. It's pretty easy. So if we have open Sidekick in the background, you can also press Ctrl D, just like POE Awaken Trade. And here it looks a bit different. And it depends what is your favorite of these both. So here POE Ninja again says 153 or 154 chaos is the price for Exalted Orb. So here you see you have the lowest, and then here you can also load more data, 154. So this tool is maybe a little bit more of the optical side, I would say. Let's have it this size. So it looks a little bit cooler with the graphics and stuff like that, but it is basically the same. So for me, I have to personally say I like POE Awaken Trade a little bit more. So you can close that. That's pretty cool. So what I miss here is if you go to Exalted Orb, you don't have the ratio tab I showed you in POE Awaken Trade, which is pretty cool. If you say, hey, how much is one? How much is 0.5 Exalted? And you don't have that here, which is very sad because it's such a good. This is something for me is very important. The feature for fast trading, right? So if you Ctrl D, you can price check currency. You can do much more here. Yeah, you can open it here in the new tab. Okay, so for maps, Ctrl D, you can see here the price of the map is 4.63, but we have seen that the map with the mods is 14 chaos. We know that, we learned, right? So if you say here map tier 14 and buy the Elder, you will probably get about 14 chaos. We have also here the item price check, Ctrl D, again 7, 18, 11 chaos, but we now know that our Vant is worth probably a little bit more. If we say 1 level to cold spell, okay, with crits and spell damage, whatever, we can see that there's now 15, 25, 35 chaos. And now what's also very important is probably lightning. Just for an example, yeah, you can see here it's 100 chaos, 1.4 chaos, right? So that's also the same, just as Awaken Trade. I just want to show you how it looks on this tool. Yeah, pretty nice. So here you can see the price. For maps, you can also price check maps, just the same. If we go to the settings of the tool, you can see here in general, you can choose language, for example, the cheat sheet on F6. If you press F6, you have the cheat sheet, what's good, what's not so good, what's cool. That's pretty nice. You can see here upgrade Breachstone. Yeah, Vorici white sockets, very good, high value, and this is the medium value, and this is low value. So here, that's a pretty cool Here you can even sort by value. You can choose also the theme. I have default, for example. There is some other stuff you can, if you press on save. And if we go to the settings, we have here the key bindings, the trade informations, the close window. These are settings, you can choose whatever you want. Check map mods I have here on B. And this is pretty cool, I have to say, on this tool. If you press B, you can see here players cannot regen life or mana or energy. This is relatively unsafe. This map, I have to say, it's safe to run. It gives you the thumbs up. It's pretty cool, right? There are no mods that could kill me. So if we have, again, this map, here it's unsafe because monster reflect. That's pretty cool, right? So basically, this is also a tool that works just like POE Awaken Trade. But in my opinion, this is a great tool. It looks cool, right? For price checking, let's search the item. It looks cool, but for the functions, I would use POE Awaken Trade. But if you're like, I'm a fan of design, and for me, this one I barely use, this could option be for you, this Sidekick tool. Both are very good tools. One is better than the other. And yeah, you can choose for yourself. Both are free. You can download it in the video description. That's it for the video. Give me a thumbs up if you like more interesting videos about Path of Exile tools or Path of Exile in general. I would appreciate that. I'm streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/KönigTV. Link is in the description. Have a good day. Bye.